ତିଆରି ହେଉଛି। Good morning students. Have a nice day. I think all are fine. Okay, beautiful. See, last class we have discussed about Robert Frost. It is your first poem written by him, Dust of Snow. In this poem, the poet wants to explain human life runs through pain and pleasure, happiness, unhappiness, hindrances and entertainment. An American poet, Robert Frost, is an eminent personality so far as the history of English literature is concerned. As a modern poet, his writings is very touching to heart, full of meaning. Words are ordinary to extraordinary, common to uncommon, and based on rural areas, countryside language, and so on. The poem is a very simple and very short poem. A short poem carries worthy meaning, full of meaning, the episode of a human life. With a deeper expression, large meaning, the poet explains how an act as petty as experiencing snow on one's body can brighten one's day off. Here the message of the poem is put into words by Robert Frost, always a larger significance. A little thing touches a larger thing. In the poem, the poet explains a little thing, explains a brighter attachments. A small thing exposes a good meaning. A very teeny particles explains a very big one. The poem is set in a scene where the poet is in a bad mood and is walking by a tree. A hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. When the poet is in a bad mood, sorrowful mood, painful mood, he was walking and under the hemlock tree sitting. Hemlock tree also possess a poisonous tree, negative in sense. The poet also bad mood, negative in sense. Negative plus negative takes positive affairs, positive atmosphere. Suddenly, from the hemlock tree, the crow is there. The crow color is black. It also suggests bad omen, unfortune, unluck. Hemlock tree, the poet's mood, and the color of crow, all are suggesting negative in sense. But the falling of particles of snow, the shake of snow, dust of snow, change the motion, change the atmosphere, change the mood of the poet. And the poet again turned to back from negative to positive. Means the poet systematically illustrated that every man's life is full of pain and pleasure. Man burns in pleasure and also ends in his life also pleasure. Means we have to take the reality of life, the essential of life, whatever it may be, we have to across the steps of life, not to return back. Because we have to meet the challenge, overcome the fear, across the danger, then only we can taste the sweet of life. We can realize the meaning of life. We can entertain the episode of life. The poem is the way a crow shook down on me the dust of a snow from a hemlock tree. Shook means the hard word, shook means shake. Hemlock, name of a poisonous tree. Poisonous tree with a small hemlock poisonous tree with a small white flowers. Poisonous tree with a small white flowers. Students, here the poet telling has given my heart a change of mood. The particles of snow, the dust of snow, when it fell down on the poet, where the poet was under the hemlock tree. When the falling of the snow from the hemlock tree on the poet, a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. When a particles of snow fell down on the poet Robert Frost, he is telling that when I was in sorrowful conditions, after falling of the particles of snow on me, my bad mood changed into the good mood. That time I learned every steps of a human life, error is there, mistakes is there, then hurdles are there. We should cross with it very systematically, then can we reach in the apex point of our life. We can meet the destinations, we can reach at the goal. For reasons unknown, the author, the writer telling here, it was saved by the crow from the hemlock tree, and generally hemlock tree and crow suggest the bad symbols, unluck symbols, ill symbols, sick symbols. But very beautifully, this hemlock tree and crow, those are become a medium of instructions, medium of way to carry the snow particles of the poet. One must not take things for granted and should be open and accept whichever way the nature chooses to bless us. Means we should follow the law of nature. We should not deny the law of nature, because nature's law, nature's principle cannot be overtaken by anybody. So as we are the human being, we have to follow the principles of nature, the reality of nature. We should not be harassed, we should not be panicked, we should not be terrific. Next, the poet here used the poetic device. First device, alliterations. In this poem, the poet used the device is alliterations. What is alliterations? We can tell the repetition of same syllable. The repetition of same syllable. Sound is consonant sound. The repetition of a consonant sound in the same syllable is called alliteration. Has given my heart. Has given my heart. Each sound in same syllable, same sentence. The repetition of a consonant sound is called alliterations. Again, the poet used another one is assonance. Already I told same thing, assonance, another poetic device. Repetition of a vowel sound. Alliteration is repetition of a consonant sound. Assonance is repetition of a vowel sounds. Here is sound shook down. Repetition of a sound O, shook. Repetition of a O sound, vowel sound is called alliterations. And here the poet telling that, and also rhyme scheme of the poem. What is rhyme scheme? A B C D C D. How? The rhyme scheme A B and C D. It is called rhyme scheme. Means you see the first one, the way a crow swooped down on me, crow and me. Second line. Third line, the dust of a snow from hemlock tree, snow and a tree. It is called A B rhyme scheme. And very systematically, the poet explained that we have to follow the principles of nature by this way. At any way, we should not be returned back. And lastly, in conclusion, the poet again wants to appeal, whatever it may be, as we are in human form, we should not be panic, we should not be terrified, we should not be painful, whatever it may be. With this, I conclude my class. Thank you all. Have a nice day.